TMR-2 is an album by a band called Vermilion Club entitled Home. Now, Vermilion Club is mostly one person, Dylan Campbell, who also happens to be my best friend. Dylan is not just a good friend of mine who I want to support, he is also one of the most talented musicians I have ever known. He's a guitarist virtuoso, but his compositional ear is incredible. He manages to connect instruments in a way that makes the most poppy, accessible music while being unique and beautiful all at the same time. This album is an album that I am sure anybody will like. Back in college at the end of 2009, he made this record, and he enlisted the help of Zeno Pitarelli, another amazing musician who has a couple musical projects of his own under Bad Cello and formerly Bad Sound. Those could be future TMR records, you never know. But Zeno assisted with cello, harmonies, a couple vocals on his own, and then some other guitar work throughout the album. The two of them formed Vermilion Club, and this album is just one of my favorite albums ever. There's so many different sonic styles to it. Some of it's a little folkier, some of it's kind of poppier, like Vampire Weekend-esque pluckiness. Some of it has this really aggressive, synthy, pretty noisy stuff, kind of like sleigh bells. And then there's even some beautiful parts that could rival Sigur Rós in how pretty the instrumentation and arrangement is. This album is amazing. It deserves a vinyl pressing, and it's gonna be TMR-2. And you have a chance to pre-order it for the next 30 days, starting right now. Really quickly, Dylan wants to say a little something about this project, so I'm gonna kick it over to him.
Hello, my name is Dylan Campbell, and I recorded this album Home and released it under the name Vermilion Club about 10 years back now with some help from my friend Zeno Pitarelli. These are among the first songs that I ever wrote or recorded, so this album is very special to me. I had a great time making it, so I hope some of that translates into a good listening experience. I am honored and very excited that Too Many Records has decided to press this album. It's only existed in a digital format until now, so it'll be cool to be able to actually hold this thing in my hands finally that I made. And it's getting reworked a bit. It's going to have some new artwork for this release, which is in the process of being completed right now. Not quite done, but almost there. And the disc itself is going to have a color variant that will match this very nicely. So I just wanted to say I'm very excited, and thank you in advance to anyone who decides to lend this project their support.
Thanks, Dill. So like I said, this project is going to have the same level of quality as the first one, but there will be some minor changes. The first change is that it's going to be one disc, not two. This album sits at about 40-ish minutes, and that's the perfect length for one disc. I don't want to do two because I don't like a lot of albums that force shorter records or mid-length records to be across two albums, because then you're just flipping constantly and it just feels inorganic. I think this fits one record perfectly. We actually cut one of the songs from the original, the final song, Galileo Galilei. We both like that song just fine, but we've always felt that it was a little too long, and because there's any doubt, I said let's cut it. I love the new ending to the album called Suns. Suns has always been one of my favorite tracks on the album, and I think this is an absolutely fitting way to end the 10th anniversary edition of Home on vinyl. It's gonna have a great jacket with new artwork. It looks unbelievable, and I created a splatter variant to match it perfectly. You guys are gonna be so excited to see this when it's done. As mentioned, I am upgrading to the black poly-lined inner sleeve, so that's gonna add another little touch of protection to the record and a little class to the package overall. And yeah, it's ready to go. 200 copies this time. If we did 300 last time, 200 should be a no-brainer. So yeah, TMR-2 is officially launched. I'll be talking about it in the future in some live streams over the next month. We can chat about it on social media. Let me know your thoughts when you listen to the album. I promise you'll love it as much as I do. Thank you guys for your support. It means the world to me that you trust my vision, and it means the world that these artists will actually let me take their music and create something beautiful for all of us to enjoy.